Hello everyone, I'm Sylvan. I've just flown in. And today we are starting a new LP for my channel. With Doki Doki Wrapped, I think I would like to try doing a few more visual novels. And looking through my archive of games I own, I realized I do own another visual novel, Seduce Me Otome. This is the first game in the series. It is currently free on Steam. I don't know how... This is not a blind LP, like I said. This is a game I already own, but I haven't played it in 2 years, so by no means am I an expert. And there's probably stuff I'm gonna get wrong. I don't know how many of the different romance paths I'm going to do, because there are many, many endings to this game. But for now, let's just jump into it and start a new game, shall we? This is a fictional interactive narrative. Any character resemblance to real-life people are purely coincidental. Also, please know that the following game is made for PG-16 audiences. Please know that the sexual violent themes are explored in this game. Trigger warning, abuse, implied rape, and suicide. You have been warned. So, yeah, my dear viewers, if you're under the age of 16, maybe skip this one. Or if you do have trigger warnings for any of the listed in the description, please skip this series. Maybe this is not the LP for you. There are many more on my channel. Go check them out. Please enjoy.
Why, hello.
Hey.
My, aren't you a gorgeous sight?
Of course I am.
Can I be honored enough to know your name?
Maybe. We aren't going to be going with the character name for this run. I am Mika. Yes, I agree to this.
A lovely name. For a lovely person like you.
Aww.
Wonderful.
Flatterer.
Eric, do your job.
Really, Eric?
Very well. This game was produced by Seraphim Entertainment under the direction of Michaela Laws and is powered by Ren'Py Visual Novel Engine. We truly hope you'll enjoy this story.
Me too.
I know I'll enjoy it, since you'll be in it.
Aw. I like you, Eric.
Eric.
Fine, fine. Farewell, my sweet.
Until next we meet. Somewhere. Well, that sounds good.
Come on! Is that all you got?
Wanna try me, asshole?
Ooh, swearing in this game.
Crap! Miss.
Let's retreat for now.
No kidding. Let's get out of here.
That's right. You better run, you stupid punks! Stay out of our territory!
Run from the plot. Call it fate, or call it a coincidence. That one moment of violence started a chain of events I will never forget.
This formula, created in the 70s, is one of the most important in the field of financial theory.
Cool. We go from gunshots to school. Yay!
It is used to calculate the price of European-style options and is widely used by option marketers, though there are some discrepancies that are now corrected with the modern viewpoint.
You sound very excited to be teaching this. Rain. It's been a long time since we've gotten rain around here. But it is the season for rainy weather, so it's not exactly that surprising. Also, aw, how pretty. She looks like a straight-haired version of a young Tiffany. Personally, I love the sound of it. The way the raindrops fell, like the soft tapping of fingers. It was so soothing. Even looking at the droplets hit the glass of the window was strangely calming. You know, as long as you don't have to be outside in the rain, it is very calming. I agree. For this reason, I felt lucky for having a seat next to the window. Though I did spend more time staring outside than I did paying attention in class. Oh, that is the curse of the window seat, isn't it? The lectures in class were pretty boring. Yeah, even your teacher seemed bored, I'll give you that. Mrs. Phillips' voice wasn't soporific, but I just wasn't interested in what she was saying. Well, you know, sometimes you still have to pay attention. And since it was the period right before lunch, all I could think about was doing other things in my free time. Oh, that's a severe lack of focus, girl. Honestly, I didn't really care much for economics. Sure, I had good grades in this class, but it was only because I read the textbook and I did the assignments as I had to. Oh, what's none of those classes? As long as you show up and turn in the work, you'll pass. Independent thought? Nah, you don't need it here. I was only taking this class because it was mandatory. If it were up to me, I would probably have taken another course. Yeah, I find that true for a lot of the classes I, air quotes, had to take in high school. But it does make you a more well-rounded individual if you think about it. Luckily, it was my senior year, so after this semester, it would mean the end of high school courses forever. Thank God for that. Yeah, someone that did not have fun in high school, I will say college was 5 million times better than all of elementary, junior high, and high school put together. I didn't hate high school. I did. It was just kind of mundane how the days drifted on, as if there were no end to it. It will end, I promise. Hang in there. The only thing I really enjoyed about going to school was meeting my friends and hanging out with them. But that was kind of it. Oh, well, you know, school's more than friend time. In short, I was done with high school. The start of second semester brought a note of finality to it. Really? Okay, in my high school days we had 4 semesters, so I don't know how their school year is broken up. It might just be 2. I had already applied to many universities the semester prior, and I was expecting replies sometime in the next few months. Aw, I hope you get into your first choice. It seemed like the start of something new, something that would change. That is, if things change. I stared at the faint outline of raindrops in the distance. For now, I was stuck in this class. Things will change, I promise. Regardless if you do high school or real-world working, things will change. Friends will move, you'll meet new people. Yeah, good times.
Miss Anderson.
Yeah? Yes? Mrs. Phillips' raised voice interrupted my train of thought. Yeah, how dare the teacher want me to pay attention? Gosh darn it. Just when I was thinking about class, I quickly turned my head to face the teacher. Hopefully she didn't pick me just because she noticed that I was spacing out. Yeah, that I'm... Judging by her expression, that's 100% why she called on you. Yes, ma'am.
Would you care to name the equation I set up on the blackboard?
Maybe? Oh, I think I read about that in the textbook last night. It should be... the Black-Scholes model formula.
Very good as always, Miss Anderson.
Yes. Whew. Thank you for being smart and doing your homework. Good girl. Anderson, it followed me wherever I went. Girl, it's your last name. Just accept it. Most people didn't really know me by my first name, but rather by my surname. In other words, we don't really want to acknowledge if you've used our given canon name or if you chose your own name, so we're just gonna call you the Warden. I mean Hawk. I mean the Inquisitor. I mean Anderson. Yeah, games do this. No doubt, since the surname was just the trademark of the internationally famous philanthropic Anderson Family Toys, and because the founder was my own grandfather. Susie, one of my best friends, turned around and proudly gave me a punch in the shoulder.
Kick ass, girl.
Thanks. I know, right? So cool. From beside me, I heard Naomi, another one of my best friends, clearing her throat in obvious disapproval of Suzu's choice of words. Yeah, we are kind of in class.
She means good job.
Thank you. I know. Aren't you two adorable, though?
Miss Capini,
Oi!
care to tell me who the creators of this formula were?
You got this. Come on.
Some guys named Black and Scholes.
Oh, Zuzu. Zuzi. Do the reading next time.
Fisher Black and Myron Scholes.
Well, she technically definitely was not wrong. Those both sound like boy names, so she's not technically wrong.
Very good, Miss Patterson.
Yep, you look extremely happy. You look kind of ticked.
Show off.
No, she just did the homework. I'm just saying, do your homework, and you too can be smart.
Better study next time, Suzu. Be like us and study once in a while.
I know, right? Suzu rolled her eyes and slouched into her chair as Naomi gave her small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed her up. Ah, so this is a normal group dynamic for us. Okay, cool to know.
That's the end of today's lecture.
Yes,
now,
freedom.
Let's separate into groups and work on your projects. Remember,
No.
everything is due on Monday. Go ahead now.
Only? Shoot. Oh well, at least tell me I have a cool group. Before I knew it, Suzu and Naomi had scooted their desks to align with mine, and we turned into Three Musketeers. Whenever the teacher let the students decide on groups, we always grouped together in our little trio. It was sheer stroke of luck that we all managed to be in the same class, so we had to at least take the opportunity and stick together as much as we could. Actually, this is your senior year. Yeah, it's cool working with your friends. At the same time, you should challenge yourself to work with new people. Every new person can give you a new insight, a new way of looking at things. Just saying. Don't always go with the same three. Besides, we were the most comfortable around each other. Then, say, compared to being around another classmate, it just made sense for us to put our heads together for any kind of project. Yeah, because why would you want to make new friends and stuff? That's for losers. I took out the poster we were working on and rolled it open onto the 3 desks. We were pretty much finished with fulfilling most of the guidelines for the project, though we did still have to add a few finishing touches here and there. After working on making the poster a bit prettier, we sat back and inspected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues. She lightly tapped a pencil against her chin, staring intently at the project.
Alright, so let's see. We finished the budgeting section, the building leasing, and the cost for labor.
Yep.
What else do we need?
I don't know. My character did the homework. Bet you the player didn't do the homework. Also, I love your hair. Zuzu straightened up to look at the poster and stroked her chin. After a few seconds, her face brightened and she spoke up.
How about a company name?
Yeah, we should probably have that. That's a very good point.
Huh? Did we really skip over that?
I don't know, did we? I think I'm having some selective amnesia here.
Of course we did. You always go straight into the logical statistics and stuff that you completely skip over the fact. We need a name for our project.
Zuzu, down girl. We are trying our best, darn it.
At least we caught it this time. What do we name it?
Girls, it's not due till Monday. We'll be fine.
Not sure. What do you think?
Mika. What do you think, Mika? At least I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. It always came down to me. It's like I'm the main character or something. Whenever there was something to be named or titled, I was the master in ending decisions, even when I didn't want to be. Girl, it's called main character status. Accept it and move on.
I like Trinity Corporations.
Ooh, fancy.
That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon Company?
No. That's so frickin' juvenile. Also, what are we making before we decide on a name? Because I don't remember what we're doing.
What do dragons have to do with our project?
Exactly. I mean, does it have something to do with dragons? I'm not opposed to our project having to do with dragons. I'm really not.
What? It's a totally unpredictable name. It's hot.
Not really, sweetie. Not really.
But our company sells bubblegum.
No then. We're not going with dragons. I want people to blow bubbles, not flame.
Who said we can't produce spicy bubblegum?
No one wants that. You know, I don't when I chew gum.
What do you think?
Mika.
Yeah. What do you think?
Mika. Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't really want to choose sides, but if it were to me, I would say... We get our first choice of the game. Well, for the path I'm going down, I would like to say Trinity Corporation sounds just fine.
Bah, fine. Be lame.
I will. Go Team Smart People.
Alright, now that we've decided on a name, now what?
As we ended our name game, a giggle scrambled my thoughts. Don't you just hate that? I mean, my giggle is kind of cute. I'll be the first person to admit that. Where did my giggle scrambled anyone's thoughts? Lizette. Who was that?
Ignore it. It's just Lisette.
Yeah, I know, right? I looked over my shoulder to see her laughing with her circle of friends, mostly comprised of popular people that were particularly friends with everyone in the school, that were practically friends with self-learn words. I mean, just because I did not hang out with those people when I was in school, I still don't hang out with those people, let's be honest. Also, you know what? So what? They're having fun. Provided they are not disrupting anyone other than you, and I'm going to assume a lot of that is Mika's hang-up, just ignore it. And as a result, everyone in school knew them. In the center of it all was Lizette White. I like her name. It's very pretty. She sat with a posture that indicated she was still working, that she also was ready to casually chat about her day. Yeah, don't you just hate confident people? Aren't they the worst? Ugh. She had an endearing balance of charismatic and awkward, which was readily apparent when she first talked to someone. Or it's really practiced. It was easy to make her smile and laugh, and she was quite the comedian as well. Well, you know, good for her. She's got a very high charisma. She rolled well. Basically, she was perfect. Oh, sweetie, no one's perfect. Not that she was like a robot or something, but she was the student that everyone else wanted to be. Is she? Is she really? Lizette was bright, easygoing, and, above all, had her future laid out right in front of her. Really? That kind of sounds like a boring life to me. Unlike the average student, she knew what she wanted to do after high school, and, as a result, she was confident and ambitious, though sometimes it could rub a lot of people the wrong way. Yeah, I can see that, especially in, you know, the hormonal sea of self-consciousness and uncertainty that is the teen years in high school. Moreover, I had known her ever since I was young. Girl, you're still young, you're in high school. But it had ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continued today. Well, that's on you. Go make friends. Go say hi. Of course my friends knew what was between us, and upon seeing me glance at her, they shifted their attention to her. Girls, no, nothing good comes of that. Ignore her.
She doesn't even look like she's working, in my opinion.
I know, right? Thank you, Naomi.
She probably is, but she's too much of a stuck-up priss to allow herself to look like she's actually doing work.
That's not very nice. Come on.
Oh, come on, Suzu. She may be a little off-putting, but she's not the giant priss that you're making her seem to be.
Is she? Is she really? I mean, we haven't seen art of her yet.
The day she isn't a priss is the day I turn into you.
Are you gonna grow your hair out? Are you getting a bow? What are we talking about? Contacts? I think you could probably wear her outfit. I mean, you're just not as tall. You'd have to roll up the pants.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Zuzu, no.
It's about time! Let's bail!
Bye. Unsurprisingly, Zuzu was the first out of the classroom, slinging her backpack over her shoulder with ease as quickly strolled out the door.
Her seat isn't even closest to the exit, and she always manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't think I'll ever understand that.
I don't either, but real world, I'm also a very slow walker, so... You and me both, Naomi. She gave me a smile as if relieved by the fact that I felt the same way as she did. Aw, besties for life.
See? Why can't she just be normal like the two of us?
I know, right? It's Suzu, Naomi. Think about it.
Very true.
Bye.
Man, you guys are slow.
Yes,
Are you
we are.
coming or what?
We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs when the bell rings.
Yeah, like we had to put the poster away, and maybe we have backpacks to pick up. You know, we got stuff to do.
Are you kidding me? That class was ridiculously boring.
Yeah,
Even Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a bit.
I'm valedictorian? Really? Cool. I do have to admit I was spacing out. And just because I answered one question doesn't mean I'm automatically the valedictorian. Oh, so I'm not?
Okay, so it wasn't too interesting. But you should at least pay attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts.
Yeah, you should. I agree, Naomi.
So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same wavelength. Welcome to the club, Patterson.
Meh, what? Huh? I feel like I missed something.
Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't the classroom. And never in a million years will we ever see things eye to eye.
Oh, girls, you're both pretty. Despite this, they both burst out in laughter. Normally, anyone would think that the opposites like them wouldn't ever associate with each other. But even though they were so different, their friendship somehow made a lot of sense. Yeah, good times. Maybe they were just perfect complements, or personality just didn't dictate the possibility of their friendship. After all, we three had been best friends since preschool. Ah, okay. The proximity trap.
Alright, so where are we heading to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry,
Yeah, it's
especially
lunchtime.
after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum.
We're not doing spicy bubblegum. Stop it.
Who would even buy that? I wonder.
I do too.
Me? I would pay good money to get a taste of it.
Okay. Enjoy ruining your taste buds. You do like spicy food after all. Enjoy ruining your taste buds, as I said. We entered the cafeteria, a bustling room filled with aromas of different kinds of food. As we got in line, we ordered our meals and chatted freely.
Cajun fries and the spicy chicken burger for me. That's my definition of a good meal.
Well, in the right mood, I could see being down for that. But, meh.
I'll take a tuna sandwich and some juice. You're probably going to need water or something to curb all that spicy flavor, Susan.
Or milk. I'd recommend milk that's coating.
I can't be tamed by the likes of that. If it's spicy, then it's gotta be all or nothing.
Enjoy not having taste buds in 10 years.
You're crazy!
Yeah, she just likes spicy food. There's a difference.
Hell yeah, I'm crazy.
I think I'm getting a migraine.
I probably gotta ask for it in my bag. I think I'll go with... what Naomi's having too. I do like tuna fish quite a bit. A tuna sandwich sounds pretty good right now anyway. Once we got our food, we settled down at one of the empty tables, putting our backpacks aside to finally dig into the food. Zuzu leaned back in her chair, tilting it back so that she could rest her feet on the table by her food. Ew, no. Sweetie, feet go on the floor. No. Bad Zuzu. Bad.
Alright then, is there anything we want to talk about?
Bored already?
I know, let's talk about...
Stickers!
Say boys, and I will never speak to you ever again.
Oh, I said stickers.
Aw, why not?
I know.
What's so interesting about talking about guys? It's not like any of us are gonna get boyfriends anytime soon.
Or girlfriends, you don't know. Just saying. I support either of your decisions.
We don't know that. What if one of us does get a boyfriend?
I know, right? Like, we're in a dating sim or something.
Like that's going to happen, Naomi. Look at us. I'm a tiny Italian. You're a ditzy blonde.
I don't really think she's a blonde. It's more a strawberry color. More a brownish red, really. Oh.
Hey! No offense. And Anderson here. Well, I guess she could land a boyfriend or girlfriend if she wants.
Thank you. Also, thank you for acknowledging either choice is good. Also, it's okay, Naomi. You will totally find someone. Promise.
Or girlfriend?
Exactly.
She can be a lesbian if she wants.
Thank you. Or bisexual, or... yeah.
True.
Thank you. That's okay, Zuzu. I'm not sure I want a boyfriend yet.
Why not? It's our senior year. Might as well get a boyfriend.
Not everyone wants to hook up. Maybe there's no one she's interested in.
Maybe she's just not interested in a relationship, Suzu.
Thank you, Naomi. Well, it really wasn't about wanting a relationship, but more of there was no one interesting enough to be in a relationship with. Exactly. Exactly my point. Don't get me wrong, I'm an open person. There were not many interesting guys in school to go out with. I've been there. Small school syndrome. Who knows? Time will tell. Naomi looked at me, wanting to continue the conversation. However, before she could speak, the speakers in the cafe started up and an announcement echoed through the cafeteria.
Miss Anderson, please come to the main office immediately. Please bring your things with you.
Don't wanna.
Oh my.
I know.
Looks like our plans have been cut short. The men in white coats have finally come to get you.
Yeah, I know. And how did you know I escaped from there? I mean, never mind.
Suzu, don't joke around.
I know.
What if it's serious?
Yeah, if you're being called to the office, it's usually something.
Fine. If something happens, just call us.
Will do. Funny enough, something did happen. And it was certainly no laughing matter. Cold. It was really cold. And there's a change in the music. The rain became heavier that afternoon, accompanied by rolling thunder now and then. The skies had turned dark, though I couldn't see any of it under the black umbrella. Ooh. Not that I was looking up, in fact. Looking up was the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. I stared at the grass beneath my feet, unable to look up at the people weeping around me. All I could see was the damp grass underneath my feet. Only the monotone eulogies that floated through my ears reminded me that it was a funeral. Oh. Someone dead. It was only when the speeches ended that I finally was able to raise my head. A small gathering of people, mostly made of relatives that I didn't even know were related to me, were huddled around a simple small grave. Aww. Harold Anderson, forever in our hearts. For a while, all I heard was the sound of raindrops and umbrellas. If it weren't raining, everything would probably be a heavy silence. I looked beside me, where my father was standing and holding up a large black umbrella for our small family of 3. Oh, you're an only child. Good to know. His face was emotionless, a strange sight next to my weeping mother. I wondered what was going through his mind. After all, etched in the smooth gray tombstone before us was his father's name. Oh, okay, this is Grandpa. Okay, good to know. My grandfather was one who raised me like his own daughter. Had passed away that day. The ceremony was small, only close family were allowed to come. Slowly, though, people began to leave, leaving my father, mother, and me behind at the grave. A man dressed in a clean black suit under the uniform, black umbrella of the funeral attendees walked toward us, introducing himself as grandfather's lawyer. Ooh, inheritance time. He pulled out a few documents from his suitcase and began to read aloud its contents.
And now, I shall read Harold Anderson's last will and testament.
Maybe go inside for this? Just saying. With the rain and all. Only my parents and Only my parents and I were allowed to be present at my grandfather's will. It was under the strict request of his lawyer, and there was a reason why.
And to my dearest granddaughter, I give my estate.
What?
All the furniture and decor that resides within the house shall also be given to my granddaughter.
Cool. Thank you. That's quite a bit of stuff for a teenager to own. Awesome. What? I couldn't believe my ears. I had earned a family estate? At 18? Yeah, at 18, legal adult. How convenient. That was impossible, and yet it was written by my own grandfather's hand.
He passed the family estate to her?
I know,
Why
right?
am I not surprised?
Hey!
Dear.
Help. That's being weird.
Well, did he say anything about what will become of the CEO and chairman position of the Anderson Toys Company?
Yeah, you might care about your day job.
No. It is presumed that the vice chairman will succeed the position.
Even to the bitter end, he wouldn't give in. What a stubborn old man.
Okay. Shaking his head, my father turned to face my mother with a serious expression on his face.
About the estate.
Yeah?
Should we send her there to get used to the building?
What?
It'll be a good place for her to live after high school.
Okay. Okay.
Are you sure we should?
What if I go to school outside of the state? You know, it's a very real thing that I might end up living in a dorm.
Why not? This would be a good experience for her.
Excuse me? What did I do?
Honey, what do you think?
Mika, ... I really wasn't sure what to say. Why did my grandfather think that I was the appropriate heir to the mansion? Was I ready to live on my own? Yeah, that is a good question. 'Cause... yeah. It is a big deal going from living under your parents' roof to living on your own for the first time. And at 18 and still in high school... yeah, that could be tricky.
Well, that seems to be it. We'll be taking our leave now. I'm sure the little heiress needs some time to adjust.
Why are you so bitter at me, bro? I didn't ask for this.
David!
I know, right? Even though she raised her voice, my dad wordlessly began walking back to the car, disinterested. Yeah, good times. Good times.
Don't mind him, honey. I think that your grandfather's passing really affected him. Why don't we get back home for now?
My estate home? Or, the home I've been living in with you two? You can go on ahead to the car. Mom, I think I need some time alone with Grandpa.
Oh, of course. Take all the time you need.
She says and then gets in the car and it drives away. She gave me a quick hug and hurried after my dad. I looked around the funeral grounds, which was completely empty, save for the solemn-looking grave that was laid out in front of me. I'm sure that if Grandpa were in charge of arranging all of this, it would have been much different. It was blatantly obvious that my dad was in charge of the whole event. Who else would bury their own family the same day they passed away? Yeah, that is kind of weird. Everyone knew my grandfather's love for toys, and yet the grave was a mere stone slab on the ground, void of any children's toys. My dad didn't even bother putting flowers. Okay, that is kind of rude. Like, the toy thing I get because raining, but at least flowers, come on. His disdain for my grandfather was almost pitiful. Or painful. Sorry, Grandpa. You could always just put a flower yourself for a toy. I'm just saying, if it's that important to you, Mika. Take some initiative. I tried to force out some words, but the only thing that came out was a choked sob. You told me to stay strong, but right now, I'm the farthest from it. Like that one time, a long time ago. And flashback mode. Grandpa!
Oh, it's so good to see you again, sweetie.
Aww. I was swept up into a giant bear hug, and we both laughed as he swung me around like an airplane. Maybe not swing the airplane around. It was one of my favorite things about seeing my grandfather, the way he greeted me. Unlike my father, my grandfather was loving and playful, even as I grew older. Ah, okay, you've always had issues with Daddy. Good to know. Sorry that Daddy couldn't be here today. He said that he wasn't feeling good again. It had always been like that. Dad missed every visit to Grandpa's house, citing that he was busy with work or wasn't feeling well.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Daddy can come around next time. And you're here, right?
And there goes a train. Gosh darn it. My apologies about the train, people. Like I've said time and again, there's really nothing we can do about that. It's just one of the joys of where we live. Yeah. So what are we doing today, Grandpa? Mommy says that there's a new dessert cafe open in town. Maybe we could go?
Oh, I would love to. But I've been so busy with the company these days.
Aw.
We're actually working on a little something.
Ooh.
Would you like to see?
Yes. Oh, is that the toy?
It is. I was designing a new line of them. But I feel like something's missing. You don't think you could help me out, could you?
Yeah, sure. Let the child do your job. Of course. You placed the toy in my hands with a smile, and I inspected it carefully. It was beautifully crafted, and obviously a lot of work was put into it. There was one thing, though.
So, what do you think?
I think the heart on its chest should light up when you hug it. It'll be like it's alive, and it can be like a little nightlight before you sleep. Aw, that is actually a cute idea. He stroked his chin, considering my input, while nodding his head. After a few moments of silent deliberation, he turned to me with a chuckle.
That's a great idea! I'll get to changing it right away. You're always like my little lucky charm, dear. You always know what to add to make the perfect toy.
Thank you? Also, why am I doing your job? Well, I hope I can be like you one day, Grandpa.
You want to make toys as well?
Maybe. Well, making people happy is the best feeling in the world. I agree, it really is. I don't know if I want to make toys when I grow up, though. I might want a YouTube channel or something.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
Yay! That makes sense. Daddy doesn't think of it the same way, though.
Your father. I'm sure he just wants the best for you.
Debatable. I'm not sure about that.
Sweetie, look at me.
He bent down to look at my eye level with a serious look on his face.
As much as your father may say something that doesn't make sense now, you must remember that he's always thinking about you. He loves you. There's no doubt about that.
Does he really?
And you need to love him just as equally.
I will try. I don't hate Daddy. I really do love him. I don't know why he's like this, though.
Your father and I have had some difficulties with each other in the past. But it's nothing that you should be concerned about.
But it's kind of affecting me. I'd heard tidbits of this from my mother and various other people. The only people who had stayed quiet were my father and grandfather. Both of them refrained from saying a word on the subject matter, but it was clear that whatever happened set up a wall between them. I want to know what happened now. It's hard, though, trying to pretend as if nothing were wrong.
However, no matter what, you have to stay strong.
True.
You're a big girl already, and, well, there'll come a day when it seems like it's you against the world.
Bring it.
But always remember that your family and friends will be here with you.
True.
Daddy, Mommy, your friends at school, me. We'll stand together to get through it.
Cool story, bro. How can you be so sure of that?
Because we'll be right. Here and here.
Okay. He pointed his finger to my head first, and then pointed at my chest.
So stay strong. Promise?
Okay. For a moment, he looked almost sad, pleading. But as quickly as it had come, the expression disappeared from his face, and he was all smiles once again. Promise. Upon hearing that, Grandpa let out a great burst of laughter and stood up.
All right then. Enough of that. How about I
Yay.
whip up some special homemade dessert?
Ooh.
I know I can't accompany you at that new cafe, but we sure can talk and eat while I cook and do some paperwork.
Yay! Good times. Homemade dessert? I'll race you to the kitchen.
Hey, slow down there. I'm not what I used to be.
We had a good grandfather. You willed me the very home I love to see you in. Why? Why did you think I'd be ready to take it, especially after this? Because you have good memories there? Because he wanted you to have it? Because your dad's kind of a jerk? A surge of anger bubbled within me, but I quickly swallowed it. There was no use in getting mad, especially when the person in question was no longer there. Oh. I'm sorry. It's hard to stay calm when you've left me with so many questions, especially about what happened between you and Dad. Huh, what am I doing, talking to a grave? You're saying your goodbyes, you're getting your closure? My vision blurred, and I suddenly realized that I was crying. My face heated up as tears rolled down my cheeks. I'll bring you some flowers later. I miss you, Grandpa. I'll try my best to fulfill my promise I gave to you, even if the world might be turned against me. I left the grave, wiping my tears hastily so my parents wouldn't see.